Hari Om and welcome. We continue reading our Yoga Chudamani Upanishads, which is the crown jewel of yoga by Swami Satyadharma. So written the commentaries, and that's why it took us quite some time to read it. Otherwise, if you just read the threads of the Upanishads, it will be much faster. And here, it's 121. So we on mantra 60. 61 today hopefully we'll cover, so we're kind of going halfway through right now, but some of them spend a little bit longer time, and some of them quite bigger mantras, and some quite faster, shorter. So just check it out on my videos and continue reading it with me. So I'll start as usual with Sanskrit, how it is transliterated in this book. Mantra 60, white and red Bindu. Sa punardvidvo Bindu pandaro Lohit Satha Pandaram Shuklamityahu Lohitakyam Maharajah. In translation is that Bindu is again divided into two types, Pandara or white and Lohita red. The white is called Shukla and the red is called Maharaja. And that's quite a short mantra, and we just retouch what the commentaries say here. According to Tantra, the Bindu exists in two forms, the white and red. You probably ever heard about that, or seen this the picture of it as a white and red Bindu, and some practices directed on that. Maybe not directly, but you kind of intuitively experienced that already. The white Bindu is related to the principle of consciousness, or the Purusha or Shiva, and the red Bindu, principle of energy, or to Prakriti or Shakti. Within each individual, the white Bindu originates at the seat of the moon, or Bindu Avisarga, and the red is the seat of the sun, or Manipura chakra. In this mantra, the white and red Bindus are referred to Shukla and Maharaja. Although the white and red Bindu are present in each individual, the white Bindu is said to predominate in the male body, and the red Bindu in the female body. It's kind of like differentiation between opposite sexes, which we experience right now on a planet. There's two female and male entities exist, and it's not just common for humans. It's also we can observe it in the nature around us, in the flora, fauna. Sometimes we can think it could be like imposed through scriptures or something, so people differentiate, explain something, how females different from males or something like that. But is there any textures will tell you both exist in all of us. So there's no, differential. Even though you physically manifest, for example, when you were born as a female or male, you have both properties, and some of them show themselves through the life more than other. And sometimes some female feel more masculine and opposite, and that's counted to be normal in this type of yoga science. And also it's normal that most of the time we don't feel either. I never experience consciously that I'm female. I don't know, maybe that's just evolution of my consciousness. Most of the time, 99.9% of my everyday's life, I don't feel either. Maybe I experienced it when I was given the birth or breastfeeding my child, but still you don't consciously experience, oh, I'm a female. Most of the things that we experience could be imposed on us. When the white Bindu falls, and we talked about falling Bindu in previous mantra, 1 and 2, rising and retention of Bindu. So if you're not sure what's mean fall Bindu, read about it. It is transformed into semen or male reproductive fluid. So the white will be the female reproductive fluid. When the red falls, it becomes menstrual fluid. By specific practices of Kundalini yoga, the semen produced by the male body can be transmuted back into Shukla or consciousness. Similarly, for the female, the menstrual fluid produced by the female body is transmuted back into Maharaja or energy. This transformation process is possible because at the subtle level, these two energies exist in seed form, and the two Bindus, white and red. It is necessary to retain these Bindus by process of sublimation, so that the progressive awakening of the high spiritual forces is not abstracted. It's probably just summarizing whatever we were talking about in the previous mantra, in particular retention of the Bindu. The Bindu located here, how related to your Amrit, how you're losing, you can drain your energy through particular, practices or styles in your life. So if you losing this bindu through semen evacuation, or through menstrual cycle, you going to deplete in your life energy, and it's very important for us. We know the moment these processes kind of overused, and stop producing in the body start aging, and it's all related to hormonal levels. Physically, any anatomy doctor or whatever will tell you, medicine practitioner will explain you how it works and where the aging is coming from and how everything else depleting in the body. But we learn this secret from this Upanishads and any other yoga practices, how we retain this, how we stop dissipating this extra energy, and we can still use it. So we still, that's why tantra is amazing. We're still using semen, we're still producing menstrual cycle. We don't want to stop the menstrual cycle, but we use it, kind of harvesting it for our benefit. So we do not, by staying conscious and keeping awareness of it, we do not deplete it, but we're rising this energy up higher to whatever we need it to. And sometimes we do need to direct our energy, in particular, maybe down, even apana. We have to turn on apana. For example, as I was going to say, giving a birth, you have to have a healthy, good birth. You have to feel like your apana dominate right now, when you're giving a birth, or when you want to become pregnant, for example, these kind of things. But sometimes we can go into the extreme, so we over switching off the apana, and you have to have a full control of your body, not just perform asana or hold the breath for longer, or whatever other yogis experience, walk on the needles, for example. It's kind of common demonstration of your yogic level. The main mastery of your yogi is to control your prana energy through breath. You're just using the breath to control your prana energy, and then you can regulate your vital life, things like heartbeat, hormonal production, which most of us, most of the time, do not control, don't have control. It's kind of like we live our own life, and these hormones and stuff live in their own life, and if there's something wrong with them, we're like, oh my God, we're going to doctors and we're taking some chemicals to help us to regulate it, which only harm them more and us. So you have to become one with it first. So your physical, materialistic, your energetic, your spiritual parts should become one. You should realize your part in it. So you using your body as a vehicle. It's not the body, it's who you are in this life. That's it. And it gives you the consciousness. That's kind of common understanding of the brain and how the brain works. We have the physical body creating electronic charges and biomagnetic field, and from that the conscience arises. No, we had conscience first, and it's using the body. So you can have conscience not just in this physical existence or the body, and we do know they do not just exist in this physical body which you have right now. You have to understand, who you are first, and that's the main question that people say. You cannot live happily or productively or efficiently or beneficial for all around you. You cannot fully experience the existence unless you realize who you are. And when they say this, it doesn't mean I'm realizing, okay, I'm a female, I'm whatever, 20, 30 something, I'm a teacher at school, for example. No, this is not you. You have to realize who you are really, why you're here, where you've been before, what is your purpose, what is your goal of your existence, not just in this. That's what the main questions people ask, and that's how they discover yoga. So, and often you go through different things. So you go to religions, you go to the literature, you go to something magical, maybe fairy stories, and you travel through all these different worlds, and you've always, well, most of the time, you end up with yoga. And whatever somebody's saying you, they're doing some practices. Usually, if it's something Chinese or whatever, they use the chi energy, but it is the prana. So it's all coming back to same roots, same understanding as we do in yoga. And most of the time, when people finally find the answer and they start feeling, happy and they can progress in this question, who I am, it will be the yoga path.